What's up, guys? Chaos here. A little bit of something different. Actually built this deck probably a couple weeks ago. I just built it, in real life or whatever you want to call it. Um, and my real life version is a little bit different because I didn't put that much money to the one online. But at least gives you a good idea of how the deck goes. It's Enduring Ideal. Trying to figure out a cool name for it. That has like ideal or ideally something or some cool name, but I can't figure one out. So if you have one, post a comment, let me know. But basically it's Enduring Ideal. You search your library for an enchantment, you put it into play, and it has epic. You can't cast any more spells for the rest of the game, but you copy it every turn. So basically, you have different things. Your win condition is Form of the Dragon. It does 5 damage to a creature or player at the beginning of your upkeep. Also, at the end of each end step, your life total becomes 5. So if it's at 1, it goes up to 5. If it's 20, it goes down to 5. And it also has a built-in moat, so creatures without flying can't attack you. So it's a pretty awesome card. It's win condition, it's moat, it's in some conditions it's even life gain, because even if your life is 1, it goes up to 5. So it's pretty awesome. Mission the Mind Cage is amazing. All creatures get -X, -0, where X is the number of cards in your hand. So basically, you go off with Enduring Ideal. You're pretty much always going to have 2 or 3 cards in your hand, and you're just going to keep drawing, and you're just going to sit on 7 for the rest of the game. So this is really awesome. I mean, it shuts down like any creature aggro, like just cold hard in their tracks. Like, it's awesome. Form of the Dragon does also, but you're susceptible to like burn and stuff. So then you have Dovescape, which is basically whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, you counter the spell, and you put X 1/1 white-blue birds with flying into play, where X is the mana cost. Basically, you can do multiple things with this. You can. Oh, and just a quick thing: Enduring Ideal, when it copies each turn, the copy doesn't get countered. So even if you have Dovescape out, you can keep, putting your enchantment down every turn. So with Dovescape, it shuts down like 90% of the hate against this deck, which is awesome. So for example, against like 12 post and stuff, you go like Enduring Ideal Dovescape, and then over here I have 1 Blood Moon mainboard, and they kind of just lose at that point. Like, they can't really do anything. It's pretty sick. But Dovescape, if you have Dovescape, Phyrexian Unlife is also in here. Mission, Form of the Dragon, if you have all those out, I mean, you pretty much can't lose, almost. And what's really awesome is I actually faced a red deck wins in a tournament today, actually, and I had Phyrexian Unlife out, because I did like a turn 4 Enduring Ideal, put a Phyrexian Unlife out, bought me an extra turn because I was going to die, and then I put Form of the Dragon. It reset my life back to 5. His creatures couldn't attack. There's no way he can burn me, because I'm basically gaining 5 life every turn from Form, and whatever he can somehow burn past that, Phyrexian Unlife saves me. So it's like I don't think I've ever lost a red deck wins with this deck. It's pretty awesome. Against 12 posts, you just go like Dovescape, Blood Moon, and then just go Form of the Dragons and Amishans and just win. Against Zoo, Mishans is awesome. Form of the Dragon is awesome. If if you have a high life total, you put Mishans out first because you don't want to get burned out, and then you can go like Dovescape so you don't get burned, and then Form of the Dragon, and you kind of just win. Phyrexian Unlife is also good. If you're low, you can just put that out, and you kind of don't have to worry about getting burned, because you can just go like Unlife Form of the Dragon, or Unlife Mishan, or Unlife, one of those two normally. It's pretty good. And you also have 2 Oblivion Rings just to get rid of like anything. It's pretty good. I've actually noticed when I've been playing that I don't normally Oblivion, every once in a blue moon you'll use your ideal copy to Oblivion Ring something, but a lot of the time you'll Oblivion Ring something before you combo. At least what I've seen. Like, I played against 12 Post and I O-ringed his Overgrown Battlement, so he couldn't ramp. And then, I dealed the next turn and shot him down. So this is kind of like the whole enchantment package. It's awesome. It's a really fun, really fun deck to play, and being able to you pretty much have answers in your main board to almost everything, and it's great because you have a good matchup versus everything out there. It's awesome. And then moving on, you have your ramp package. You have 4 Pentad Prism, because these things are like the best ramp ever. It's a 2 mana that ramps for 2. Like, I mean, obviously you can't do it on the same turn because you just even out on mana. But being able to spend 2 and then use it the next turn and ramp 2 mana is so good. If you have a Pentad Prism, a Seething Song, and Enduring Ideal in your hand, now this is turn 3. You can ramp with 2 of those ramp spells up to 7 and Ideal on turn 3. It's insane. You can do Form of the Dragon also with Seething Songs. You can actually go double Seething Song on turn 3 into Form, which happens. So it's pretty good. This deck pretty reliably can combo on turn 4. Also, Lotus Bloom is pretty much your turn 4 whatever. You go land, whatever, land, Lotus Bloom goes off, boom, 7 mana. So it's pretty good. Counterspells, I've seen a lot of lists running Remand. I personally don't like it. I mean, drawing is kind of cool, but it sends it back to their hand. Like, if they're playing something, like, at least this is the way I figure. If you're gonna counter something, it's usually something that you don't want to see. If you remand it, they're just going to play it either the same turn because they have enough mana, or they're going to play it the next turn. So if you delay, it sends it on a 3-turn clock. By that time, you pretty much will have an answer to whatever it is. If it's a creature, you already have Missioner Form of the Dragon out. If it's, not a creature, you probably have Dubscape out. You have Blood Moon if it's some kind of 12 Post, or like delay is just it's a 2 mana hard counterspell with with pretty much no drawback. I mean, yeah, it comes back in 3 turns, but in a counterspell war, delay wins against everything. Because would you rather mana leak someone who's playing 12 Post or delay someone who's playing 12 Post? Like, they can just pay for it later. With delay, like, if you delay their Titan or their Ulamog or whatever, it's, they can't do anything. There's no playing around it. It's counterspelled and it's gone for 3 turns. So I found delay is really awesome against everything. I mean, everything. It's great. Cantrips, 4 Ponder, 4 Preordain, pretty standard. They're awesome. And I have 3 Serum Visions. I've kept this the same online, but in real life, I actually have been running Peer Through Depths. I'm not sure which one I'm sold on yet. Peer is pretty good because it can find your ideal, it can find the Seething Song, it can find other cantrips, and your delay if you need it. So it's kind of cool that it can it digs 5 cards to find ideal, or it's usually another cantrip. But it's a lot, it's the best card you can play to find ideal, or I guess if you need Seething Song or whatever. But the downside is it's not gonna hit like a Pentad Prism. It's not gonna hit Lotus Bloom. It's not a turn 1 cantrip. Normally on turn 2 you want to be against some decks you want to just save for delay mana, or you're dropping Pentad Prism, etc. So the extra mana is kind of annoying, but again, it also digs 5 cards. You're only running 4 ideals, obviously, so I'm not sure which one I'm sold on yet. They're both good. I think probably Peer Through Depths is better, probably. But I would not run 4. I would definitely not run 4. I don't even know if I would run 3. I'd probably run 2. Maybe 3. Because if you have a hand with 2 Peer Through Depths, like, that is just going to slow you down so much. That is definitely not what you want to be doing, is turn 2 Peer Through Depths, turn 3 Peer again. Like, you need to be casting other things to ramp. So, I don't know. I think I'd probably go 2. Maybe add another land would be okay. I'm not really sure yet. But anyway, moving on. Land-wise, Adarkar Waste and Shivan Reef. These 8 right here are, in both versions of the deck. Also, I forgot to bring these over here. 2 islands are also in my real life edition, my RL version. And then what differs is these top 4 right here are actually hollowed fountains, and then the bottom 4 would be steam vents. Obviously, they're a lot better than these. But I mean, 3 Forbidden Orchards have not been bad. Like, you're giving them a 1/1, like, is like not bad. Like, I mean, it's bad, but it's not really bad because you can deal with creatures. You can shut them down. It's not that hard for you to shut down creatures. But I know playing against control decks, for example,